Hello everyone, welcome to another Green Dragons Gaming Club. Without us, they never feel like winners. Without them, we couldn't look so good. So again, we're based out of Westchester, Pennsylvania. We're actually playing currently in Phoenixville, Pennsylvania. It's not that far away at a store called Gamers Haven because they're trying to build up their tabletop gaming community. If you're Pennsylvania, Maryland, Delaware, do me a favor, reach out to me. These are where I personally travel. And again, people from my group, if you're in my neck of the woods outside Philadelphia, please let me know. We'll turn around. We'll definitely meet up with you and try to get a game in with you. And that's it. So we went out to Colonial Carnage. And so far, I've put up 3 other games. And now we're moving on to game number 4. So game 4, again, Ryan's our captain. I really didn't want to give it that much thought as to who's playing who and which matchup and all this other stuff because it's a team event and it's a very, very fun event. He runs a great event, but it's a level of chess work I just wasn't in the mood to do. And Ryan's like, I'll gladly do it. I'm like, more power to you. So with that said, I ended up going against Vermin Swarms. Not just any Vermin Swarms. It was the only Vermin Swarm player there, but gentleman's name was Nate, and he's a very good player. And this army has a lot of tools against my army, like AP3s or AP6s, and I'm going, crap. Yeah, I get a 5 upward save, but there goes my armor right out the window. So it's a tough call. So I'm going to have to be doing a lot of screening and things like that. And he definitely, so the range and just reaching to him, it's advantage him at this point. So we start deploying 1, 2, 3, and then he decides to drop for first turn. Or he may have just dropped for first turn to start. Yeah, it's exactly what it is. He dropped for first turn to start. So here's how the board looks. And I made sure that the 2 scorpions on the right-hand side turn around and had range to his war machines. And that was it. So as I said, he had first turn. Because he dropped first and he backed himself up so far away, I made sure I was nowhere close to him and those lovely Jezails and those weapons teams. So turn 1 was a whole lot of nothing. He turned around, he dropped, the star represents a Wrath of God, and that's it. So during my turn, I go ahead and I move up. As such, one of my units is immediately, I think it's unit of peasants, is dead on the Wrath of God. So that's that. I held back a little bit with the unit on the left, being with the knights and the yeomen, and on the right. Again, I'm just trying to screen as best I can. It's the Jezails and all those weapons teams. And then here is how the board looks. Now, if you look at the stars, now got a little die on it. It did not come down. So during his turn, he did go ahead and he cast another one. And then during his shooting phase, pretty sure it was his shooting phase, he kills a couple of my peasants, five peasants. He killed first 1 yeoman, then he killed the rest of the yeomen, and then that's it. So my turn, I move up as fast as I can. I start getting off some buff spells on my units. And I did declare a charge into one of his weapons teams, which he chose to flee as a charge reaction. I'm chaffing him up on the upper left, and I just don't care about the bottom right. Okay, goes after my scorpions. The 2 of them together is 250 points. Yeah, I just don't care. So let's see. One of the Wrath of Gods does come down, kills 1 knight, kills 3 peasants, kills 4 Forlorn, and I don't think it did anything to my big bus. Over here, did they choose to flee? I'm trying to remember if they chose to flee or not. No. I took this picture and I'm like, wait a minute, no, they're not fleeing. They want to stay and take that charge. That's why I put them there. Because the last thing I want is the unit of disciples going to the flank of my big bus. He did try to charge my Knights of the Quest with that unit of disciples, and that failed. He did try to charge the Scorpions with his swarms, and that failed. So now here we are into my turn. I guess I did choose to flee. I didn't think I did. Interesting. So, all right. So let me go back. So here we are. It's still his turn, and down comes the Wrath of God. The Wrath of God turns around and kills 5 Knights of the Quest. It kills 9 peasants, 2 Forlorn, and 2 Knights of the Quest, or Knights of the Realm. And that's that. During my turn, I actually do get charged. I'll show this picture here. I do charge his unit on the upper left with my Knight Aspirants, and I won that combat. Now, he got me down to 3 Knight Aspirants, but meanwhile, I was able to turn around and peck him off. And now I'm just trying to closing the gaps, and I'm trying to make sure everything is just simply in his deployment zone. That's a scoring unit. He's got the 1 unit of Footpads. So here's the thing. So if I have 5 scoring units in his deployment zone versus 1 in mine, well, I win. Over here, he does manage to charge into the flank of the Knights of the Quest. He does manage to kill some more with shooting and magic. He keeps hitting off Quicksilver Lash and things like that. So, I can only do so much magic defense. And even when I'm rolling all 5 dice or all 6 dice, and he only rolls like 3 or 4 dice, I'm failing to stop the spells. So I'm just holding my head down and just going, luck. It hates me right now. He's chaffing up my big brick of the Knights of the Realm. And the reason why he's doing that is because that unit has the impact banners. So a smart move on his part. Over here, he manages to put 3 wounds. I put 2 wounds onto the vermin, onto the... Oh, I'm going to pick ahead. I apologize. So, again, the Knights of the Quest are down to now 4 knights. The Knights of the Realm are down to 7 knights from 15. So he's doing quite a good number on my units. He did charge into, this is what I was talking about just a moment ago. He did manage to turn around and charge into the 1 unit of peasants. He wins that combat, blows them up, and then gets into the next unit of the Scorpion. And we'll do that next turn. So now I'm down to 4 Knights of the Realm and 4 Knights of the Quest. And it's an onslaught of shooting and magic. There's not a whole hell of a lot I can do. They're flat out. There just isn't. He's not moving up to engage me just yet, which honestly he has himself a little chaffed up because of that 1 rotary gun, and I think that's a mistake on his part. But because he does have the 2 Meatgrinders, but he doesn't have a lot of faith between my armor and my ward saves and my regens. I kept getting off the stone skin, so like my units were becoming T6. So that's where part of the reason why he was staying back. And he's like, I don't have to move up because I'm just going to turn around and shoot him to death. Which, from what I've heard from past games, is exactly what he did. And like I said, this is a smart player. He's a good player. Let's see. There's the 1 unit down below trying to trek its way across. There's all my piles of dead on the bottom right-hand corner. So I moved the yeomen into the woods. I don't care if they take DTs. I moved the aspirants off to the side there. Over here, he did that overrun into into my into my unit, and I did win that combat with his Plague Disciples because I still had a banner, and I'm now down to 3. I repeat, 3 Knights of the Quest in my general, and I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 Knights of the Realm. So it is a bloody game. I'm picking up models left and right. As I said, he charged in the 1 unit Scorpion, the 1 Scorpion. He fails to wound me. I do quite a few wounds to him, and I turn around and I win that combat. Um, and the next turn, he puts 1 wound on me. I win that combat again, and we're just going, wow, those peasants are boss. Over here, like I said, my units are hurting. I did a couple of crisscrosses in terms of charging his chaff, which is how the Knights of the Quest got up to the top, and the realms are down below. One thing that I did get off is I'm now getting off my regions. I got off Summer's Growth, so now that unit that was down to so few models is now back up and now a fighting force. So where he was now prepped to go ahead and charge them, because of my general's ability of saying, no, you can't hit the unit, you have to hit me. And I had, they were either they had high toughness there. So again, I was taking care of as many buffs as I could, and that was the 1 unit in danger. He didn't want to charge the Knights of Forlorn because I set it up so that if he were to charge the Forlorn, he'd be in the forest. Well, I have Forest Strider. He doesn't, so he can't be steadfast where I would be. And no matter what, that unit's going to have a 5-up ward save, even against the special attacks. And I've got a lot of strength 6 coming back at him, and I'm hitting him on 3s, winning him on 2s. So he just didn't like that those odds because of the amount of wounds that I'd be able to do to him. I did charge off the 1 unit of Jezails, and meanwhile, I don't know why. I should have not done this, but I charged in I redirected into the unit that had his BSB into the Footpads and things like that. I'm like, it's Vermin Swarms, their characters aren't that good, and I completely was, even if they're not horrible, they're still better than Serfs and Aspirants. So I should have known better. So they turn around, they get shot off, and the Aspirants turn around and get shot off. Again, that was a mistake on my part. Up here, he goes ahead and he's chaffing me up with a Meatgrinder, and he did try shooting at my 1 unit of Knights of the Realm, and just nothing there happened. His cannon, which is facing the wrong way, I did forget to mention this earlier, is at one point in time he rolled a 1 and then a 2, so that thing misfire, can't shoot the rest of the game. His catapult really wasn't doing much this entire game, and that's how the board looks. So again, during his turn, some more shooting and magic. He kills another 4 Knights of Forlorn. Again, I still have majority of that unit, and he does not want to face it. He goes ahead and he plucks off 1 more Knight of the Realm. So now I'm down to, from 15, I'm down to 3 Knights of the Realm from 15. And if they've seen combat, which it's been chaff. So his shooting is, as you can see, doing quite a number to me, doing a huge number. Over here, he put 2 wounds onto that Scorpion and kills that Scorpion, so now he's got a scoring unit into my deployment zone. And that's it. I just took this pick to kind of show where everything ended up at the very end. So I definitely had all the units. I had my big brick of Knights who did not go into the Meatgrinder because it was turn 6. I'm like, why am I going to do that? The Knights of the Realm, I got Summer Growth on. He failed to stop it. So it went from three Knights. So I thought he wasn't going to get points at that point, but I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do this anyway. And then I got off 4. I got 4 back, and then I got another spell off, so that made 5 back. So it went up to 8 knights. So I had up or over 50%. So it was just a hard fought victory. Ends up being a 13-7 due to points, but due to secondary objectives, because again, I had more scoring units into his deployment zone than he did mine, so I won that objective. So it becomes a 16-4, and I got to give it up to that Magister. That Magister was just between the Wrath of Gods and everything else that he was just dropping down on me. It was just brutal. Lack of a better word, it was brutal. I mean, you saw from this quick battle report how many knights. I mean, let me go back. Oh, wrong button. Okay, so there, 3. Yeah, he had to. So at 4, I was just above the 25% mark. So all I had to do was get 1 more back. So at 3, because 4 times 4 is 16. So there, he's got me at below 25%. Because he's that's actually 20% there. But all I have to do is regrow 1 back, and I still had Oaken Throne up. But still down to 3, and I was down to like 2 Knights of the Quest at one point, or 3 Knights of the Quest at one point. So again, he took my big brick of knights and just withered them away. He wasn't, because of the Banner Roland and the ward save and all that, I really wasn't able to do much against my it's not a Death Star, I mean, because I've seen bigger units, but definitely it's a lot of points into that unit of Forlorn. And that's it. Great game, because he didn't just sit there and just shoot. He actually was doing maneuvering and doing some backing up and everything else and chaffing me up. So it became a very fun chess match against this individual. Let's see, and like, so there's 2 of his Naphtha Throwers is what they are. And he's just, at this point, because I'm so close and he doesn't want my units in there, he's just chaffing me. That's, lack of a better word. He's just going to turn around and just chaff me to the best of his ability. Because he doesn't want my knights in there with the ability to turn around and grow. He did charge at one point. I forgot to mention that in this pick. The reason why the Knights of the Realm are so far back is he did charge them with one of his big bricks because they were so low, and I chose to flee. I'm like, they're not taking that on. They're too weak at this point in time. So they fled through. Everything stuck around because Leadership 9, rerollable, wasn't truly concerned about anything like that. And that's it. So for the MVPs, for myself, as I said, for him it was the Magister. I mean, the 2 Wrath of Gods, the Quicksilver Lash, and just the magic missiles that he was dumping into those knights. And granted, I was doing well with armor. I couldn't make any other rolls to save my life, but my armor save was pretty solid. And even he was commenting, it's like, you are rolling so bad. For me, it was definitely my mage, who turned around and saved the. Hold on 1 second there, buddy. Sam, wait 1 second. Okay. For me, it was my own Damsel that saved the day, because just going back, regrowing that unit of knights so that that was now back to scoring, and then at the end of the day, I know I didn't have a pick of it, but getting the other unit of knights back up to scoring, so he didn't get any points from that unit. So once you kill my Rinky Dinks, that's only about 1,000 points. And I had more than that. So that's what definitely got me the victory, and again, having secondary objective. Any questions, comments, or concerns, always feel free to comment and post. Nate was a wonderful, great opponent. I look forward, he just moved to the area. I look forward to playing with him again down at Jezail Games with the group down there. That would be We're Gaming the Balcony group, and CGL is their team name. And that's it. Until next time, happy gaming.